25 minutes. I had to quickly do something real quick. I had to go down to the laundromat um, real quickly. So I apologize about that. I had to abruptly, end the show, unfortunately. But now I'm able to continue it. I seen, before I clicked the live button, I noticed that what's these cats? These tried and refined, as they call themselves. They're live right now, man. And all I'm gonna say, man, is those guys, we dealt with them, we went back and forth with them, a number of times, man. But those guys are the congregation of the dead, man. All right, the scriptures speak about, hey, look, let the blind lead the blind, and they will both fall into the ditch, right? The blind leaders are gonna fall into the ditch, as well as the followers, that follow them, right? They're all gonna be led astray, man. Okay, so all these guys who are following these tried and denied inside joke, right? These tried and fried, or as Elder Apostle Gabar would say, these tried, died, and laid to the side group, right? Everybody who's following them, man. Hey, look, well, you're all being led astray, man. And there's actually a lot of followers, man. Like I believe their main YouTube channel, which is what is it, Naz's channel, or as I like to call him, right, Nazhole Inside Joke, right, Nazariah, right, which is the head of the tried and refined, right. We'll call him Nazhole Inside Joke, but his main YouTube page is the official page with the name of tried and refined. Look them up on YouTube. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Um, they got a lot of followers, man. Excuse the background noise. Got a lot of followers, man. I would say if you definitely maybe 1,000, 2,000 followers that frequently come on the page, man. Right, that's why their videos usually you get 1,000, maybe a couple thousand views. Because a lot of people following them, man. Okay, so that goes back to what I was saying. The blind are leading the blind, and they're all gonna fall into a ditch, man. Right, everyone's going to fall into that ditch. What does that mean? It means that they're all gonna be led astray, man. Right, that's what Christ told us. That they look in the last times, there's gonna be many false Christ and false teachers that arise. That might show good, works and good, so-called miracles to the people, but really they're deceiving, right? So, you got to be careful, man. You can't just follow somebody because they come up and say they're a believer, man. Right? Don't just believe somebody, just because they say they believe in who the world calls Christ, man. Right? Don't just believe that because somebody says so. Right? You have to try them, man. Right? You have to try the person to see if they're really sincere with what they're on there teaching about, man. Okay? Because a lot of guys, man, are just a lot of guys are just repeating stuff that they learned, by other people on the internet. That's what a lot of guys are doing. The guys are coming around thinking they know a lot, but they're just listening to what guys are talking about on the internet, and then they're, taking that and rolling with it, man. All right, which we all do that time to time, of course. But the difference between us and them is, and I'm speaking for myself, that I've actually read the Bible, right? I've read the Bible 2 times, front to back. And not to boast of myself or anything, but who the hell else is out there doing that? These Christians ain't doing that. Right? So here it is, they want to come and debate the scriptures, but a vast majority of them never even read the entire book before, man. I mean, hell, there's one guy on the comment board, which I like this brother, but he definitely has some learning to do. He said that he collects books, but he doesn't even read any of the books. As far as the scriptures go, he said that he has not even read one book of the Bible. It's like, wait a second. How the hell have you never even read one book of the scriptures before? How the hell does that make any sense? So you want to come on and debate the scriptures, but yet you admit you never even read one book of the Bible? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous, man. Hey, shalom to everyone tuning in on the comment board. Um, going back to what I was saying, man, Ridge left a comment yesterday, on one of my videos. So I clicked on it, and he was saying that, oh, well, did you know it's okay for us to eat whatever we want today? I was like, hey, look, man, I'm not even going back and forth on it today. You know what I'm saying? Which Ridge was trying to reach out to me, because apparently he drives now, right? So he said he wanted to drive over to me and do some videos with me, which I told the brother that's all cool, but the only roadblock in the way was that he's 20 hours away, right? So he, can't come over here now, but yeah, if the brother lived a state away or whatever, the brother could have came down here, and we could have recorded together, man. Because I like the brother, right? He's going off, but I like the brother. He's very likable. You know what I'm saying? And I do think that he can, definitely, get over the obstacles that are in the way, man, such as him teaching that you can eat whatever you want. I think he can get past that. Right? Sooner or later, I think he'll be able to come to the realization that that was off. I think that. Okay, I think that. Okay, time will tell. And that's and I like that statement, man. Right? Time will tell, and that goes for all things, man. All right, time will tell all things. And that goes for us in this truth too, man. Okay, how do we know if we're someone asked what happened to your previous stream? I had to go with someone to do something real quickly, so I had to abruptly end the show. But that's a story behind that. So as I said, I apologize about that. But nothing I can do about it. But anyway, um, going back to the statement I made about, it's a process of time, that statement is true, man. Okay, that this is a process of time for all of us, man. And this is a parable that Christ gave. If you go to one of my favorite chapters, right, Matthew, the 13th chapter, Christ gave the parable about, he compared the truth unto seeds that fell into various, types of grounds, right? Some seeds fell into good ground. Some seeds fell into thorns, right? Some seeds fell into an uneven ground, which the grounds represent people's minds, and the seeds represent the truth. So if you read the parable, he goes on to explain that, some received the word with joy and believed in it, but then when persecution arose because of the word, they got choked out. And then it goes in to say, um, about the other people, some of them, received the word and endured, hardship when it arose because of the word, and therefore, they're going to receive salvation because of it. But then it mentions another group, who got carried away from the cares of this world and the deceitfulness of money, right? Deceitfulness, if I can say the word correctly, of money. Okay, you can read it for yourself, Matthew the 13th chapter, right? So the point is, it took a measurement of time, all right, to seek everyone out. Okay, it took a measurement of time to see if one was may I say, an actor, right, or a pretendo, right, a pretender, inside joke, right? It took a measurement of time. It didn't happen today, it didn't happen tomorrow, it didn't happen 2 weeks from now. It took a measurement of time. Okay, and let me say this, man. All right, because as I said, I don't want to boast like I'm on a level or anything, because I would consider myself to not know a whole lot, but I can tell from my experience, man, because I've been in this thing for 8 years now. I can tell from my personal experience, man, that I started off, my, may I say, spiritual journey, for lack of better words, with some other guys who were in this truth, man, who somewhat knew a little bit. They didn't know a whole lot, but they knew a decent amount, maybe a little bit, something like that, enough to compel them to try to teach on the internet or wherever. So I can think of multiple examples, man. I started off with Rock Upon Him and with another brother by the name of the Vigilant Soldier, right? And look what happened to them, man. Right, Vigilant Soldier, no one knows where the hell he is, man. Last time I talked to him, he was off doing college or something like that. Guy hasn't uploaded on YouTube in like 2 years. So he lost the oil, man. Right, brings to mind the parable of, the 10 virgins, man, right? The 5 were wise, the 5 were foolish. And that's in, what is that, Matthew the 15th? No, not the 15th chapter. That's in the 25th chapter. Right, Matthew the 25th chapter, you can read about it. But, if you read it, the story says what? That some of them, they didn't take enough oil, which means what? The wisdom, to fill their lamps, right? So they had to stop and refill. But then while the other ones who, kept on the journey, the Lord came and took them away, or as mine again, I would say, raptured them away. And the other ones came and they wanted to enter into, that salvation too. But the Christ told them that he didn't know them. So therefore they got denied. So that represents some of these people in the world, man, who they had some oil, but then they got sidetracked into ways of the world, man. As I said, those are just two examples, man. No one knows where the hell Vigilant Soldier is today. And no one else knows where the hell Rock Upon Him is. Hey, Rock Upon Him, I try to call the brother, and he don't answer the phone. Right, so I've been trying to call the brother for a year and a half at least. Because I saw him last year. We met up in real life. Don't get me wrong, right? Rock Upon Him's actually a cool character in real life, right? I like the brother. So he's pretty cool in real life, man. But he clearly didn't know a whole lot about the scriptures. Because he's saying that Sunday worship is the mark. So that guy's going way the hell off. But bear with me a second. Just had to check sign. Okay, so going back to what I was saying, man, you had another couple guys out there, man. I believe one of the brothers' name was, I believe it was Trumpet and Philly or something like that, who was a GMS breakoff. They kicked him out of GMS, but then he started to, teach on his own. But his YouTube page was called Trumpet and Philly. But then, I don't know what happened to him. Either he ended up making their own camp, or I don't know, because I haven't seen the brother in a long time, man. It's been a number of years. You also had another brother out there. His YouTube page was, I believe it was Lions of Judah Baltimore or something like that. Which I know they got Baltimore camps, but there was a brother out there by the name of Lion of Judah Baltimore a couple years back. And I like this brother. I used to watch all his videos, right? The brother is very likable. But then he did a couple videos where he acknowledged that he was, getting into drugs and stuff like that. So then, a little later, he ended up completely leaving, right? He ended up completely vacating, for lack of better words. Look that word up. Vacating, all right, his YouTube channel, which the word vacate means to leave the premise, right? So he left his YouTube channel, for lack of better words. Okay, so that brother completely, I don't know where the hell he is today, man. And as I said, I wish the best on all of these men I'm mentioning, right? I wish the best on all of these brothers, but I'm just using them for an example, man. All right, hey, look, going back to what I said, hey, look, by the measurement of time, everything will be judged out, but everything will be sold out and seen for what it really is, man. All right, you just got to give it time. Okay, it's not today. It might not even be this year. You got to give it a number of time. Okay, then everything will fall into place. Okay, so as I said, I'm not trying to make myself look like I'm on a level or anything, but I'm just saying that, I've definitely seen it, man. All right, a lot of guys came into this thing over the years, and they got sifted out, man. They got sifted. Right, guys got sifted. Mighty God said, time will tell, right? Quote from ETT. Yeah, man, which by the way, Mighty God, I know you have your time on your channel. If you want to go live, if you're available today, I'll come on and join for a little bit, man. If you have the time on your page back. But going back to what I was saying, man, is, it's very clear what's going on, man. Right, and then you have these cats, they're tried and refined, right over on their page right now as I speak. Right, they're trying to say, oh, well, how about you guys come, join us and let's have a debate. It's like, hey, look, as I said, we had those brothers on the show, I want to say, what, 6 times already or something like that? 7 times. It just goes around, what's the word I'm looking for? It says, excuse me, going back to what I was saying, it's like it's not going to get anywhere. It's not going to get anywhere. All it's going to come back to is, going back and forth. Okay, which is not necessarily wrong, of course. because the scriptures speak about debating like holes. But the thing is that I mean, it gets old, man. You're not gonna. Hey, look, you're not gonna change my mind. I'm not gonna change your mind. You're not gonna convince me that Babylon's the Vatican City. You're not gonna convince me that we're in the new covenant. You're not gonna convince me that missiles aren't real. You're not gonna convince me that dinosaurs don't exist. You're not gonna convince me, and all the other bullshit that they're teaching. And I'm not gonna convince you otherwise. So we can have a friendly talk about it. That's cool. But at the end of the day, it's just it's getting soggy at this point, for lack of better words. Right? It's getting sorry about that. Someone let me know when Mine of God's live, because I can't leave this to find out. Okay, so somebody let me know when he's live on his page. Okay, because I'll come over and join the chat and we can talk for a little bit. But I can't see because I'm streaming from YouTube. All right, so someone in the comments let me know when he goes live. Okay, but going back to what I was saying, man, is it's a scary thing that's going on. All right. Okay, he said he's live now. Okay, so I'll guess I'll end the video off with that then. So I'll go join the brothers on over there. Ridge, go ahead and go to Mind of God's channel, man. We want to bring you on the show, brother. But anyway, with that being said, I'll end off with giving all praise to Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, and I'll say shalom.